Hello and welcome to my case unboxing of the Magic the Gathering Battle for Zendikar, which is the highly anticipated set from Wizard of the Coast. This has kicked out the Theros block and the M15 core set in standard to usher in a new age for Magic the Gathering. My name is Ringvolt and I've been playing since Magic Origins pre-release, so my opinions will be bad, very bad, or plain simple wrong. So we will go with the first box. So, Battle for Zendikar has a special set of cards in here, which is called the Expedition set. They're not actually in the Battle for Zendikar block, so they won't be legal in constructed formats, but in limited, so draft and sealed, they will be legal, but in standard, they wouldn't be. So I will be just going through the uncommons and the rares. I do apologise, I've been having a cold this week, and so if I'm breathing heavily, that'd be why. So the first uncommon is Cryptic Cruiser, Molten Nursery, Slab Hammer, and the first rare is Blight Harder. And with every booster box, booster pack rather, it will be containing a full art island. Statistically speaking, out of case, you should either get 1 or 2 expeditions. So, the uncommon infused with the elements, Rolling Thunder, Blighted Woodland, and the first rare is Defiant Broodlord, and the full art and token. Something else that has been noted, doesn't mind anything, you get damn sight a lot more tokens than you did for Origins. These used to have a lot of advertising cards. So, uncommon Olamug's Nullifier, Retreat Valakut, Slab Hammer, and Hero of Gomer Feather. And a foil, Belligerent Riptail. So, uncommon is Vampire Rites, Tunneling Geopede. This has one of the new mechanisms in Battle for Zendikar, Landfall. So whenever land comes into the battlefield, you will get an ability that will kick in. Typically, this can be enabling like +1/+1 when a land comes in, or if you're playing with fetch lands or evolving worlds, you could effectively play 2 lands. Doesn't matter how it comes in; it comes in tapped, or if you're playing Nisa's Renewal, you can get 3 lands, so you get the bonus 3 times, and then if you play one that turn as well. Groove Rumbler. And our first mythic, Kira, Master of the Depths. So this is +1, untap, For untap +1, untap up to 1 target creature and up to 1 target land. -2, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You must put a creature and or land from among them into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. And then -8, you get an emblem. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it fight other target creature. Then put 3 8/8 blue octopus creatures onto the battlefield. So good early starts. Yeah, only 4 cards in. 4 packs in, rather. So, Carrier Thrall, Ruinous Guide. So, another ability that is in this set, you have Devoid, which even though it costs 1 blue and 2 colourless mana to cast, this card still has no colour. And the other ability is Ingest. So whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles a top card of his or her library. Groove Rumbler again, and a Sanctum of Ugin. And one of the few one of the few add cards for Jewels of Magic Jewels. So, Vampiric Whites rather, as the uncommon, Alamog's Despoiler, Ondu Rising, and the rare is Ruinous Path, which is also part of the Buy a Box promo by Wizards of the Coast. So if you're buying from your local game store, you will get a card in Fallout Forest, another token. Oops, went a bit too far. So, Expedition Envoy, Sylvian Scrying, Zolaport Cutthroat, and there we go, another mythic, Alcium Firebird. Flying Haste, Alcium Firebird attacks each turn if able, and has landfall, and whenever you land into the battlefield you may pay 6 cost for uncoloured and 2 reds. If you do, return Alcium Firebird from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then another 4 land, and then another foil, which is Outnumber. And then another ally. Along with the expeditions, I'm really looking forward to getting a Zada. Which is a mythic, I believe, or possibly rare. Not going too far. And a goblin. Copies its ability to other cards. So, uncommon, we got Retreat to Coral Helm, Bloodbound Vampire, Breaker of Armies, and Desolation Twin. When you cast Desolation Twin, put a 10/10 colourless Eldrazi creature token onto the battlefield. So, for 10 cost, you get 20 damage onto the battlefield. Another full art, and we get another foil. So, Calastra Healer. And it has a little bit of curve. And then another token. One of the better uncommons, Royal's Retribution. Charger Wall Caller. Right, this has another new ability that's introduced in Battle for Zendikar. It's not a new ability, but it takes is one of the main ones in this. Is Rally. Whenever Charger Wall Caller or another ally is entered the battlefield under your control, the creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. So you play an ally deck, and you play an ally creature, all the creatures without Rally get a boost. Herald of Kozlak, and then Dust Stalker. Just a bit of info. This is actually one case. It's a brand new unopened case, so it's not a mixture of 3 from one and then 3 from the other. It's a complete new case. Was unopened. So still had the Wizards sellotape on top, unbroken. So first uncommon is Transgress the Mind, Pathway of Arrows, Alchium Stonewalker, and we have Part of the Water VL, which is a mythic. Take an extra turn after this one, exile Part of the Water VL, and another new ability, Awaken. So paying 6 cost, mana and 3 blues. If you cast this spell for 6 cost and 3 blues, also put 6 +1/+1s onto target land you control, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. And then Fallout Swamp, and we have a Gideon emblem. So hopefully that's a good sign to come. So, Horrible Airy, can't spell, Blighted Fen, that can be useful if you're playing a black one, force your opponent to sacrifice a creature. Adverse Conditions, and then Brood Butcher, another full up island, and another token. So, Halimar Tidecaller, Adverse Conditions, again, Brood Monitor, and then Scattered to the Winds. So, Encircling Fissure, love the artwork there. It looks like land is keeping hold of an Eldrazi stuck in one place. Jade Offshoot, Marisha Ranger, and Ally Encampment. So, Forerunner of Slaughter, Retreat to Hagra, Chasm's Guide, and we have another mythic, so Omnath Locus of Rage. And we have a swamp and a Octopus token. So hopefully, well, we've already got a Kiara, so we need that. So Blighted Cataract, Horrible Airy, Retreat to Imura, and we have Woodland Wanderer. Didn't realise I've been messing up like my mythics and wares. So Mountain and another Octopus. So Stasis Snare, Blighted Gorge, Resolute Blade Master, and we have one of the new lag lands, Tango lands, because it's 2 for Tango, Sunken Hollow. So you need 2 or more lands, otherwise it will enter tapped, and then full art and silent token. So, Alamog Nullifier, Zollaport Guthright, Skyrider Elf, and then Blightarder. Drana's Emissary, Pathway Arrows, Processor Assault, and Drown of Hope. So, Blood Bond Vampire, Groove Tender Druids, Ondu Rising, Orion Reef Hydra. And there's the 10/10 token. So What Shambler, Blighted Cataract, Spawning Bed, another land, Shrine of Forsaken Gods, and we have a foil, a Groove Tender Druids, uncommon. Coastal Discovery, Infuse with Elements, Catacomb Sifter, and Fathom Feeder. And we got a full art island, and we got a shiny Dominator Drone common. Another token. So retreat to Hagra, retreat to Kazandu, Alchem Stonewalker, and aligned Hedron Network. Another token, full out land, full out advert. So Stasis Snare, Core Entanglers, Hagra Sharpshooter, and one of the new lands, Shambling Vent and Swamp. So Hedron Archive, retreat to Kazandu, Fire Mantle Set Mage, and Beastcaller Savant. Cryptic Cruiser, Crumble to Dust, Herald of Kozlak, Defiant Bloodlord, Bane of Balagod, Blighted Step, Titan's Presence, and there we go, we got one of the ones I wanted, Zada Hedron Grinder. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Zada Hedron Grinder, copy that spell for each other creature you control that spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. So basically playing something like Sure Strike on it, or that Sure Strike will get copied to each of those creatures. Which I think it will be a very good commander as well, but I don't know on that. It can be absolutely awful. But I think it will work. So Angel of Renewal, Rising Miasma, Cold Bladewell, and Painful Truths. And we get a foil mountain. I have to say the foil this way noticeably heavier than the normal cards. Forerunner of Slaughter, Plated Crusher, Tide Drifter, Drown of Hope again. Rolling Thunder, Alchem Stonewalker, Wind Rider Patrol, and we got a Obnixilis. So, Planeswalker Nixilis, plus 5 loyalty, +1 you draw a card and you lose 1 life, -3 destroy target creature, and -8 whenever target emblems get an emblem, when you with whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. So, if you're playing a multiplayer match, this emblem on that target opponent can get lots of losing life if you're playing a two-headed giant, and then you got an island, and then you got an elemental. So, Deathless Behemoth, Titan's Presence, Blighted Fen, and we got another Lagland, Cinder Glade, Swamp, and we got a foil Deathless Behemoth again. So 2 Deathless Behemoths in a pack. We got 6 remaining, including this pack. It's a Grip of Desolation, Retreat to Gorlhelm, 5-mana Mage, and March of the Team. And Obnixless Emblem. One kind of Expedition, Expedition Envoy, Groove Tender Druids, Serene Steward, and From Beyond. So Jadi Offshoot, Groove Tender Druids again, Resolute Blade Master, and Fathom Feeder again, and Swamp, and a Scion. So let's deal with the Eldrazi first. Hope we get a Ulamog, the Ceaseless one. So War's Retribution again, Adverse Conditions, Plater Crusher, and Guardian of Tazim. And second to last pack, so Turn Against. In my first pre-release, I liked this card a lot. It's sort of like I took over someone else's creature and did a lot of damage. So Catacomb Sifter, Tide Drifter, and another land, so Academy Vista, and Mountain, and we got a for a mythic, which is probably one of the worst mythics in the set, Quarantine Field. Well, when I say it's one of the worst mythics, it's sort of someone in the game because they use that on my creatures, so it's not totally useless. It can still play in limited. Hedron Archive, Scythe Leopard, Malakia Familiar, and we got a last mythic. So, Sire of Stagnation. Devoid, whenever land enters the battlefield under a component's control, that player exiles the top 2 of his or her library and you draw 2 cards. And got my favourite land card, Mountain. This is my favourite artwork by Verenu Mignud. And that concludes this unboxing for pack 1 of 6 of this case review. So, mythics wise, we got Sire of Stagnation, Quantum Field foil, Obnixilus, Omnath, Part of the Water Veil, Arakan Firebird, and got a Kira, Master of the Depths. So in fact we got two planeswalkers out of this box. And in total of 7 mythics, including the 1 foil. So pretty good set, I believe. So in the rares, we have got our Canopy Vista, Guardian of Tazim, Fathom Feeder, From Beyond, March of the Tomb, Cinderglade, Drine of Hope, Painful Truths, Zada, I was looking for that one, Defiant Bloodlord, Beastcaller Savant, Shambling Vent, Aligned Hedron Network, Fathom Feeder, Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, Owen Reef Hydra, Drown of Hope, Blight Harder, Sunken Hollow, Scatter to the Winds, Ally Encampment, Woodland Wanderer, Breed Butcher, Duststalker, Desolation Twin, Ruinous Path, Sanct of Ugin, Hero of Gummer Feather, Defiant Brunlord, and Blight Harder. And the foils, Deathless Behemoth, The Fountain, Dominated Drone, Groove Tender, Druids, Kalistra Healer, Outnumber, and Belligerent Whiptail. So this concludes box 1. Please check out my next video for box 2 of this case.